Higher.
Ew. Nearer.
Longer. Faster.
Cyflymach.
Gwrando.
Listen.
Engage. Cysylltu.
Cynrychioli.
Represent.
Okay, so I'm really delighted that I'm having a chat with our inspirational run leader of the year 2020, and that's Josie Rhisiart from Mum Milers. So an introduction about me: I'm Ava Brewer. I'm the club manager for Welsh Athletics for North Wales and also participation officer for Run Wales across the whole country. Josie was our award winner back in December for lots and lots of great stuff that she's been doing with her group and wider in her local community. So we're just going to have a chat about everything that Josie has done and why she was the winner. So welcome, Josie. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah.
Good. So first of all, can you just give us a little background about yourself, who you are, where you are, and how you got started, really?
Yeah, I guess there's a kind of circuitous journey to where I am now. As you say, I'm North Wales, based on Anglesey, although I'm originally from south of England. I've lived in Wales for the last 18 years, between South Wales and then more recently, 9 years ago now, moved up to Anglesey to be nearer my husband's family, bring the kids up here. As far as running goes, I guess I was a bit of a late developer. I only came to running in my 40s, having always totally believed that I was not capable of running. I was, one of those frustrated school children that just couldn't run. I was a county swimmer, so I knew what it was like to compete and to win and to work hard and train hard. Put me on the school field and I would give maximum effort and get no reward. You're pounding, your heart's jumping out, your eyeballs are rolling around in and everyone else has just left you for dust. It was just the most demoralizing thing and led me to think, that's it, I don't run. And so that was it. I gave up with even trying. Until I was an adult. I struggled with my weight my whole adult life. My mental health took a bit of a battering after we lost our son in 2007. So, mental health goes down, physical health goes down. By 2015, I was kind of end of the tether. I've got to do something, otherwise I won't be here. We had 5-year-old twins by that point. And I needed to do something drastic to turn myself around so that I'd be around to play an active part in their lives. I've had a friend that kind of dragged me along to Slimming World, something I'd never done before. It's like, okay, try something new. Started that, it seemed to work. Another friend had mentioned Couch to 5K to me. At the time, I laughed in her face. Why would I want to run? Well, the runners look very serious when you see runners out, and why would you do that? Couch 5K, ended up going with another friend, talked me into going to the gym, so off we went. Okay, this is it, big step for someone who was at that time a size 22 and nowhere near being able to run. 60 seconds on the treadmill, I thought that was it. My life was. And definitely decided that the gym was not a place that I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
So I downloaded the NHS Couch 5K app on my phone and waited for it to get dark, sloped off to quiet lanes and paths, and went off and did it on my own. Didn't tell anyone what I was doing. My husband knew, but didn't tell anyone else what I was doing because I wasn't really confident I was going to be able to do it. 60 seconds becomes 90 seconds, and before you know it, you're getting a little bit further. I made the mistake of looking on a map to see how far around Llangefni 5K was, and it's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to run that. But sure enough, sooner or later, you're there. I had a couple of runs with my sister-in-law. By the time I got to the back end of the 5K, she ran with me my first 5K. And I remember getting to the end of that, and she said, "Oh, do you think you could have run that last bit a bit faster?" Oh my God, I'm gonna die, let alone run. It just didn't compute. But in my head, it's like, right, 5K, I've done that. That's amazing. That's running done. What shall I do now? And I didn't want to run faster. I didn't want to run further. I'd done what I achieved. I thought, well, I'll just keep going while I think about what I'm going to do next. And while I kept going, I did start running further, and I did start running faster. And then a friend who was a keen park runner eventually convinced me to give park run a go, because I was very much like, well, no, I don't run with other people. I can't do that. I'm going to be slow. I'm going to be last. I'm going to feel awful. Got me over to Penryn and loved it. Fell in, found my tribe, the park runners who were there, so supportive, brilliant. We got to running out together, little social groups, and we'd go and explore and go on adventures. And suddenly running was more than these serious people going out and smashing times.
Yeah.
And it was just the best. It was that feeling of freedom when you go out and you just have fun. It was good. I was enjoying it. It wasn't right. I'm not a runner. The next thing was I ended up joining running club as well, which was just bonkers. So that was 2016, which was crazy. So Couch 5K started in January, February. November, I did the Conway Half Marathon. By May the next year, we did finished the Conway Half, going, my God, that was my first half marathon, furthest distance I'd ever run. Can you believe people actually run marathons as well? They must be mad. May next year, we did the Liverpool Rock and Roll. Again, that tribe, they come together, support. Oh, shall we? Should we try it? And that was it. We did it, went off, ran it together. It wasn't, it was a case of, we agreed at the beginning we'd stick together and we'd see it through. And it was just brilliant.
Fantastic.
Join the club, and then you start to find out, oh, well, this is serious running. This is proper training. This isn't just going out and exploring. And by the end of 2017, that was it. I wanted to help other people as well. So became a run leader, qualified run leader with them. And started, helping other people. And we did Couch to 5K course the following year. Lots of runners out there who would help to start running, and yet you had to travel to Penryn to go and do park run. I managed to convince park run to enable us to set up an event in Llangefni. So we set up our own, little park run here, which has stayed small, but with brilliant team of run directors and volunteers. And
so wow, what a journey. And amazing how it's been within the last 4 or 5 years. And not only that, you've done ultras as well, haven't you? You've done what hopefully will be my first ultra this year, which is the Ring of Fire on Anglesey. How many times have you done that?
I did that once. I think for me that might be a once only. That just the amount of time for training with a young family, family had to step up to support with the kids whilst I was out training, and
Yeah.
the weekend itself is just unlike anything else. It's amazing, absolutely brilliant. So
I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Fingers crossed it goes ahead.
yeah, I'll do the first day again, and I'll be there to support everyone else for the next two. But I think as far as the 3 days, it won't be for a little while yet.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So you touched on that you then became a run leader and started helping other people. What is it about being a run leader that you enjoy and that you love doing, and why you stepped up to that role, really?
I think because my running journey started so late and it just kind of exploded, going from someone who was absolutely no way a runner to someone who then suddenly was a runner. It still feels weird to say that, yes, I'm a runner. Yeah, I'm a runner. Feel like I'm a bit of a cheat. But by end of 2017, so in less than 2 years, I did the Chester Marathon. And I missed a good for age time for London by 90 seconds.
Oh.
Within that time, from couch to 90 seconds off a good for age time. And it was such an achievement. And yet I got to the end of it and I hated every minute of that run because I was chasing times. And I realized that actually, that's not why I started running. I didn't want to run to win races or get times or whatever. I wanted to run for my own mental health, my own physical health. And what I had enjoyed most was running with my tribe.
Yeah.
And for me to go back to being able to properly support other people, to find what I found with starting to run, to have the confidence to go out, the belief that just keep plugging away at it and it will come. You can do amazing things. You just have to break it down into little tiny chunks. Yeah. And that's what got me to want to be the run leader and want to keep supporting those new people coming in.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it shows from personal experience that you said you started doing 60 seconds running and that was like, oh my God, how am I going to carry that on? But as a run leader, when you get a new cohort of beginners, being able to say, look, I know it doesn't feel like this at the time, but it will increase and you know, over the weeks, and you see the progression with people is amazing, isn't it?
It chokes me up, you know, when you have a new group of people come in and they're so nervous and self-conscious at the beginning, and you start going through those early weeks, and yes, you have tough weeks, you have tough days, but everybody does. And then they have a good run and you can see the excitement and the buzz and the belief, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. So when did you start Mon Milers?
We started Mon Milers. Our first group run was supposed to be the end of March, the day that we went into lockdown number 1.
Oh, goodness me.
Wait and see what happens. Now, during those early days, I logged into some of the Welsh Athletics webinars, and there were a couple with Sports Marketing Network, and they gave me the courage to try different things. They said, you know, it's an opportunity during lockdown to try things differently, and where, yes, it was going to be different because it was about supporting a different type of runner in a different way. It was a chance to just think out the box a little bit more and go, okay, you can't do the normal group runs. How can we help people get out? What would help me? How would I want to go out and run? So, okay, there's technology out there that we can use. Let's find ways of using it to be able to enable us to go out. So we started using Zoom and going out and people hooking up and running together. Okay, it doesn't always work because you can't have lots of people speaking at the same time, but let's try other ways of doing it and having group challenges and keeping that communication going. So it started small, but very quickly gathered pace, and more people wanted to get involved. And so long as we kept doing regular things that meant that during those difficult times, the world was turned upside down for many people's lives, there was something there. They knew that, you know, yeah, there was something that you could drop in and join in with at any time. So it's gone from strength to strength, and we continue to grow.
And sometimes it's that first hurdle of going to a running group or a running club where you don't know anyone, and that can be such a stopping point. Whereas virtually, I think sometimes you can sort of then get to know people, and then you're more confident in yourself. And then when we were able to go out for the few short weeks, that's a great way of getting people actually there to the group.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it is making those connections in any way you can, and fortunately these days we have the internet, we have Facebook, we have, you know, all the communication tools there. It's not the same as being in person, but it does help so much with the motivation to get out the door. I know, you know, I've struggled a bit since the beginning of the year. The motivation, the mojo's gone out the window, and you're like, oh God, there's so much to do. And so long as you keep seeing other people that, oh, yeah, I went out today and had a brilliant run, you go, right, that's it. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go out and do it. Because you never come back and go, yeah, no, didn't enjoy that. It wasn't worth doing that run. It's always worth it, isn't it? But it's always hard to get out. So as soon as you get out the front door, it's okay then. Just keep going.
Brilliant. So who or what inspires you?
You can't help but be inspired by the elites and the internationals and nationals, the club runners, all that kind of stuff. Wrastlewith, since we moved up to North Wales, we were out Wrastlewith even before I started running, because it's just inspirational what these people are doing. However, it's what keeps me putting in the hours that I do into the more milers. It's the ordinary runners, it's the people like me that, you know, we're not, I was going to say we're never going to win anything. Look what it's the little achievements, the little milestones that can easily go unmarked. It's the, you know, I went further than I've ever run. I did that bit faster than I've ever done it. I ran that and it was easier than it was last time. We went and we did a new route and it was lovely. It's those little things that actually make a difference, and bits where members have come back and said, really appreciated that, or it really helped me get out, or I've been having a tough time and it was just nice to be part of something. It's that being part of other people's journeys of discovery, and you know, it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's the personal stuff.
Okay. So hopefully in the next few weeks we might see some actual outdoor activity. But what are your goals for 2021? Either as a group or yourself?
Yeah, I think from a personal point of view, for me, it's carry on spreading the love for running, encouraging people to get out the door and to go be active, whether it's walking, running, cycling, whatever it is. It starts somewhere. It has to start somewhere. Start small, find what you enjoy, and then, you know, maybe try different things and just keep going, find out what works. At the other end of the scale, I've signed up for doing my coaching running fitness course with Welsh Athletics this year. So fingers crossed the COVID restrictions will allow that to go ahead, so I can, you know, further my own understanding and ability to then help other members of the group. And the More Milers itself will continue to evolve in response to the members' needs and wants, and we want to target some of the local youngsters here, because for them it's so tough. They can't see each other. They're not doing different things. They got nothing to, you know, fewer things anyway to talk to each other about. So finding things that can engage the youngsters into doing something active, give them an opportunity to work in teams, to together virtually, have some activity and something else to talk about, you know.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for everyone, but the youngsters must be really struggling. So
yeah, totally agree.
I think we're going to try and help the local community. That's what we're here for. It's about social and community. So
yeah, okay. And just to finish, what would be like your best tip or ideas for other run leaders?
I think probably not be scared to try different things. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work. If you're listening to your members and you've got your finger on the pulse of what's happening, if you've got open communication, you can try different things and your members will appreciate you trying, even if it doesn't work, even if they don't like it. Listen to the feedback. So change it. They'll appreciate your efforts. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be about running as well. This time when we're locked down, it's winter, it's not a nice time to be out running in the dark, in the bad weather. So make the most of the time to build on your strength and your core stuff, so that when restrictions allow, the weather gets better, we're allowed to meet again. It's more conducive to going out and running. Your members will hit the ground running, literally, you know, but be ready for it. There's no point waiting for races to start. Running isn't just about racing, is it? It's find a way of enjoying running for what it is and make the most of it. Oh, and to use the networks that are here through Welsh Athletics, through Run Wales. That's a great way of keeping in touch with other run leaders and finding out what other groups are doing and, you know, learning from each other.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You know, there's so much that I've picked up from other run leaders. You know, I've been a leader for quite a while now, but you never stop learning. You never stop picking up brilliant ideas, and some of them are just little short things that you can just add in or change and things, but it's so useful.
And sometimes things will work for a while and then, you know, it's not going to work again. Beginning of lockdown, great, loads of new ideas, things to do. Second lockdown, it's like, oh, yeah, but we've already done that. And I'm sure there are loads of run leaders out there going, my God, what are we going to do next? Well, now's a really good time to find out what other people did first lockdown. If you pick up on that and switch it around.
Yeah.
Don't have to keep reinventing the wheel, do we?
That's right. Right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. Just absolutely shows why you were nominated for Inspirational Run Leader of the Year, because the work that you do is absolutely amazing. You definitely deserve the award. So well done. Congratulations. Have you actually had your award yet?
No, I don't.
We'll make sure that's sorted. All right. Thanks, Josie. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, everyone.